Hello everyone, I am Zarina Jamaluddin from TKM College of Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about frequency modulation. So before going to the frequency modulation, let us see what is angle modulation. Okay, angle of the carrier wave, that is theta c, is varied in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of the modulating signal. Okay, so what do you mean by this angle modulation? Angle of the carrier wave is actually varying, right? Now, how we can represent a carrier wave? That is given as EC cos theta IT. Okay, so in terms of angle, we can write our carrier wave as EC cos theta IT. Okay, now angle modulation is classified as frequency modulation and phase modulation, in which we need to study only about our frequency modulation. Okay, so before going to the frequency modulation, we need to know some kind of terms. That's why I have included this slide. Okay, so where here theta IT, you can see in the equation of carrier wave a theta IT. That theta IT is actually angular displacement. Okay, angular displacement. So what will be the omega IT? That is d by dt of theta IT, where omega IT is angular velocity. Okay, similarly the relation between displacement and velocity, we know the relation between displacement and velocity. Same here we are applying in case of angular velocity and angular displacement. Now how we can write theta IT? Theta IT is equal to integral of omega IT dt, where omega IT is equal to 2 pi FIT dt, integration of 2 pi FIT dt. Clear? So before going to the frequency modulation, we should know what is theta IT, what is omega IT, and what is FIT. Okay. Into our frequency modulation. What do you mean by frequency modulation? It is a process by which the frequency of the carrier wave is varied in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of modulating signal. Okay, so the instantaneous carrier frequency after modulation is represented as FIT is equal to FC plus minus delta. Okay, so where FC is our actual frequency of our carrier signal plus minus delta. Delta stands for some kind of changes, right, occurred after modulation. Okay, so this delta is actually called as frequency deviation. Okay, now this changes or frequency deviation is caused due to the modulating signal. That's why we have written as delta is directly proportional to the modulating signal, and that is represented by EMT. After solving it, we will get it as delta is equal to K into EMT. I have elaborated here EMT as EM cos omega MT, where K is proportionality constant. Now, when cos omega MT is equal to 1, okay, when this term cos omega MT is equal to plus minus 1, we will get maximum value of frequency deviation. Okay, that is denoted by delta F. So we can write delta F is equal to maximum frequency deviation, or we can write also delta max is equal to KEM. Now we are going to rewrite our equation FIT as FIT is equal to FC plus minus In place of delta, we are writing KEM cos omega mt. Now, frequency modulated signal can be represented as EFMT, that is equal to EC cos theta IT, where theta IT is equal to integral of omega IT dt. Okay, that we have already seen in our previous slide. And omega it is equal to 2 pi fit. So integral of omega it dt is equal to integral of 2 pi fit dt. Now we are going to place the value of fit from the previous slide, that is fc plus minus kem cos omega mt. Okay, now we are going to solve this integration. 2 pi is taken as common, integration of fc dt plus minus integration of kem cos omega mt dt. Now after solving it, we will get it as 2 pi fct plus minus 2 pi kem multiplied by sin 2 pi fmt divided by 2 pi fm. 2 pi to 2 pi cancelled. Now your equation becomes 2 pi fct plus minus kem by fm sin 2 pi fmt. Here kem, that is your maximum frequency deviation, as we have seen in our previous slide. It can be written as delta max or delta f. So I have placed delta f in place of kem. Now your equation becomes 2 pi fct plus minus delta f divided by fm sin 2 pi fmt. Now the ratio of delta f divided by fm, that is actually called as modulation index for fm, and it is denoted by beta. So we are going to replace your delta f divided by fm with beta. Now your equation becomes 2 pi fct plus minus beta sin 2 pi fmt. Now again, we have got the value of theta it. Now we have to replace the theta it in our equation of EFMT. So your EFMT becomes EC cos, in place of theta it we have written 2 pi fct plus minus beta sin 2 pi fmt. Okay, where beta is your modulation index, as I have told you, beta is equal to delta f by fm. If beta value is greater than 1, it is called wide band fm, otherwise it is called narrow band fm. Okay, now how we can write the bandwidth of fm? It is given as bandwidth is equal to 2 into beta plus 1 fm. So if we replace the value of beta as delta f by fm, our equation of bandwidth becomes 2 into delta f plus fm, where fm is the maximum frequency of message signal and beta is the modulation index, which is equal to delta f by fm. Now this is your time domain representation. Okay, so first you can see a carrier wave. The carrier wave is actually a high frequency constant amplitude signal. You can see the amplitude is constant throughout. Now second one is your modulating signal, that is your EMT. First one is your ECT, that is carrier wave. Second one is your EMT, that is your modulating signal. Okay, so in case of modulating signal, it is a low frequency signal, right? Our information signal. Okay, now third one is your modulated wave. Modulated wave, that is your carrier wave after modulation. Okay, modulated wave is actually carrier wave after modulation. It is actually EFMT. The last one is EFMT. Okay, now according to our definition of frequency modulation, the frequency of the carrier wave is varied. Okay, the frequency of the carrier wave is varied in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of the modulating signal. As the amplitude of the modulating signal varies, the frequency of the carrier signal is varying. Okay, so what is the changes in your modulated wave? Let us see. during the positive half cycle of your modulating signal, the frequency is actually increasing, right? Okay, when your modulating signal is increasing, the frequency of the carrier wave is increasing. Now, when we can see that in case of negative half cycle of your modulating signal, the frequency of the carrier wave is decreasing. Again, during positive, your frequency of the carrier wave is increasing. During negative cycles, the frequency of the carrier wave is decreasing. That is actually your modulated wave. The frequency of the carrier wave is varying. Okay. Thank you.